Eventually, the child with Down syndrome does walk, but and it again also depends upon the amount of hypotonia that a child has, because different children have different amounts of hypotonia. But what physical therapy does is, if you start physical therapy early for such children, it makes a huge difference between them walking early versus walking late. For example, if you start a child with Down syndrome therapy, early intervention therapy at about 3 months of age, that child will probably, depending of course upon the level of hypotonia that the child has, and depending also upon um, how compliant the mother is with the therapy, the child will probably start walking within 18 months to 2 years, which is pretty near the normal. Because normal, or typically developing, I should say, they start walking by 12 to 14 months. Versus a child who does not receive therapy, they don't start walking until 3 years. Now, why is walking important? Walking is important because it has an effect on um, cognitive development as well as sensory development. And both those two aspects are important, because if the child doesn't walk, the child doesn't explore his or her environment, so his cognitive development doesn't take place. Therefore, motor development is very closely married to sensory development as well as cognitive development. Actually, a child doesn't learn movement, a child learns the sensation of movement. And that is why physical therapy is so critical, particularly physical therapy started as early as even 1 month, because that makes a difference between the child being able to stand up and walk and not. And also it has an effect on his or her lung development, because a lot of these kids have a lot of lung issues. So if you keep the child upright for longer periods of time, the gravity pulls the lungs down, and so their lung development takes place faster, like a typically developing child. And then they don't have lung issues either, because a lot of these kids have lung issues as well. Sensory integration is part of OT and PT, occupational therapy and physical therapy. If you don't know, आपका पैर अगर सुन हो जाता है आप उस पर खड़े हो सकते हैं, right? Again, it comes back to the truth of, you don't learn movement, you learn the sensation of movement. So sensory integration therapy teaches you sensations, teaches you vestibular sense, how to be how to feel vertical in space, how to control your head in space. Because if you're put on the moon, you take one step, you're going to fly high, right? Because you don't know the sensation of what it is like not to walk with gravity which is not there, right? So sensation is really married to movement. You can't really basically separate the two. So it's very important for those children who have um, abnormal sensations. Like, for example, if I touch you lightly, some of these kids don't like it. They kind of recoil. So, because they have tactile defensiveness. And you can't afford that, because you need that sensation of proprioception, vestibular sense, visual sense for postural correction, for posture in space. Physical therapy is all about gross motor movements. So you're teaching the child how to sit to stand, for example, okay, how to reach out, because reaching out means you're shifting your base of support and you are perturbing your balance to reach for something. Occupational therapy is fine motor movements, movements to do with the hands, like how you write, how you draw a circle, how you hold the pencil, how you can draw a straight line, how you can color. But again, why are they married together? Is because if you don't have core stability, which is what physical therapy does, or the physical therapist does, you can't have distal mobility. And you need that distal mobility for occupational therapy. Like a child going to school will not be able to hold his pencil and write if his core is very weak and he's going all over the place. That's not going to happen, you know. So abroad, in USA and also in England, the OT and the PT work together on the child. It's a very artificial, I should say, it's a very artificial distinction that they make between OT and PT. Both of them are required. But for a child with Down syndrome, their gross motor is more affected than their fine motor. So they should, if you have to make a choice, Allah na kare kabhi, you need to concentrate more on PT versus OT. But having said that, I can shoot myself in the foot. You do require OT as well because you have to write. But in our part of the world, our ground reality is we don't have enough trained OTs. So maybe the PT can do the work of the OT as well. I think they are doing a phenomenal job. They have not only just integrated OT, PT, and speech, but they have reached out to other areas, social areas, and psychological areas also, which are absolutely non existent in Karachi, Pakistan, to say the least. So they are a ray of hope for families who have children with Down syndrome, because adults who have Down syndrome, they don't know how to get integrated into the community and into the society. And I think KDSP does a wonderful job in achieving that. So hooray to KDSP.